All right, everyone, welcome to today's recap. I hope you all are doing well and staying blessed. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a small cap day trader. I stream every single day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I upload my recaps after every trading session, regardless of whether I'm red or green. Today is a red day. It is day 5 of the one trade a day with one share challenge. Um, the only issue, or actually, there's quite a few issues with today's trading session. I took more than one trade. I revenge traded. Let's just jump right into this. All right, so Elab is the first stock I traded, and I went red on it. Only 13 cents. I say only, but that's kind of a lot for this stock's range, um, considering it didn't really have any 13-cent candles. I mean, except this one at this point. But this stock had a float of 180,000 shares, so pretty low float or really low float. Healthcare sector. I've traded this before, and I've lost on it quite a bit to my recollection. But um, I was thinking like, no, I probably shouldn't take a trade on it. It's pretty thickly traded, and it's like I don't know. I mean, these topping tails, one, two, three, um, and you guys will see there's one more coming up right here. Yet another topping tail. So break through the high of day, and I jump in there 4 cents above the previous high, and I actually just get caught in that flush, and that's a 13-cent loser, which is not not great, but it didn't have to be the end of it didn't have to be, you know, too bad. I mean, that was a bad loss, whatever, but it didn't wipe out all of my gains yet. I was up 20 cents before this trade. Now I was only up 7 cents on this challenge. But that 7 cents, as you guys will see, disappears pretty quickly. So my next trade was on PRFX. This stock is an Israeli company. It did have a low float. I think it was 330,000 shares according to my scanner. And yeah, it's 380,000. Yeah, daily volume 11 million, relative volume 120 times usual. And the price is now $3. But anyways, I traded it while it was at $5. I went from $3 to $8. I missed that whole move because I was trying to figure out some simulator that I had, and then I realized I missed this whole entire first leg up. I mean, it went from $3 to $8. I mean, or 7.94, whatever, pretty close to $8. So a $5 move, we know this stock has some range on it. This candle alone, more than 50 cents. This candle, 50 cents. This candle, probably 50 cents as well. Um, so I knew this stock had range on it. With the way this challenge has been going, I haven't traded any stocks that have this type of range. So I definitely shouldn't be trading it after my first trade, which this is supposed to be a one trade challenge, one trade a day challenge. Um, but I do end up trading it, and you guys will see this doesn't end well. So I jump in there at 29, almost the high of that candle. The high was 30. And just like that, I'm already down 13 cents, just that little bit right there. So if I stop out, I knew I was hoping that this would just work immediately and I would take a winner because I knew if I stopped out, this would be a big loser in comparison to my other trades of this challenge. And it was, my three winners were 5 cents, 5 cents, and 10 cents. And now this was a 53-cent loser. But I knew that I wasn't going to be able to manage my risk on it properly because the range was much bigger than all the other stocks I had traded. We're in a colder market, so that's expected. But um, yeah, that was the trade, and I actually took more trades, so it gets worse. But I do take a winning trade after this. You guys will see. And so there's a few issues with this trade alone. There's more issues coming, but once again, we have this red topping tail here, red shooting star, another red shooting star, and I get in for candle over candle. So this is the first candle to close green above VWAP, and then next candle, candle over candle, and then the break over this pivot. We don't get the break over the pivot, and pretty much immediately it rejects my entry, which was candle over candle. Um, so not a good trade. And I mean, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to manage my risk. I was just hoping that it would just go in my direction and I would get a big winner and I would recoup this loss and make back a little bit, you know? So that obviously did not happen. My next trade, it looked like I was holding 9 EMA, and I got a small winner out of it, but I shouldn't have taken the trade. I mean, this also, I think, ultimately led me to think I could take another trade and get another winner and start chipping away at this, but that's obviously not what happened. So I gained a little bit back there, and then I jumped back in for the break over this previous high, and then immediate rejection once again with that false breakout. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 now. And the same thing happened on ELAB. We had multiple topping tails. I still jumped in, and that's just on me. So, I mean, another lesson that's ingrained in my head now. I mean, these topping tails are not my friend, that's for sure. But in any case, I actually did end up taking one more trade on it, which was a loser. Let me see. So this trade was, it looked like it was holding 9 EMA and 20 EMA. But then I quickly realized, I was like, you know what, this is a revenge trade, first of all. Second of all, it looks like there's either naked short selling or this company is selling shares, which doesn't surprise me because it's an Israeli company. And I knew this, so this is, once again, just punishment for not being disciplined. Like, I could have lived with a $13 loss. I could have lived with this too, but it would have been nicer to just know that I followed my rules, you know? At the end of the day, if you follow your rules and you're red, then there's, at least you followed your rules. But today I can't say I did. And that's really it. So that was the last trade. I was down $1 today. Nothing to be bent out of shape about. Obviously, it's not a lot of money, but it is unfortunate that I didn't follow my rules. I never like breaking my rules. It's always a bad feeling after. So I'm definitely going to move forward from this and learn from it because I really have to be more diligent about seeing these topping tails. I don't think this trade would have happened if I wasn't messing with this simulator and I had missed the whole move. If I at least gotten to see the whole move happen, I don't think I would have FOMO'd in. And it all started originally from the start of the day when I was like, it's not over. It's not a red day until it's a red day, you know? I was about to change the name to Red Day to the live on the live stream, and I didn't because I was like, you know what? I can allow myself to take one more trade. And obviously that backfired. So just moving forward, stay away from Israeli companies. Be mindful of the topping tails. And yeah, it's really just really being mindful about those topping tails of the patterns we're seeing in the chart because I mean, if you've seen topping tails before, it will happen again. This is something that I know, but obviously today, knowing wasn't enough. I really had to take my own initiative. But this will definitely ingrain it in my head and help me remember next time I see a chart with a bunch of topping tails. I'm gonna go over my Excel sheet, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, we can take a look here. So this is what I wrote. Didn't wait for the breakout on 2 losing trades. Stock had a bigger range, so I should have used 1/5 share size, but I was only using 1 share. It was also an Israeli company, which I have not done well on historically, and I kind of just revenge traded. It was supposed to be a 1 trade day, but I convinced myself that I would take another trade. If I thought it was a trade I might take on another day. So like if I saw it another day and I was like, this is a good trade or a good setup, then I would take it today. That's what I meant by that. And then realistically, I would not have taken these trades if I didn't miss the whole move because I was struggling with figuring out the simulator. I tried to figure out the hotkeys and I couldn't do it, and I was getting really frustrated. I was like, why is it not working? Like, I should know how to do this. I could have just looked up a YouTube video and figured it out later, but I decided to mess with it now, and that caused me to miss the whole move. And I was already frustrated that I didn't figure out the hotkeys. And so I brought that frustration over to my trading, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a trade, here, even though I know I can't manage my risk on this properly. I don't know where my stop is going to be. I don't know how many cents that's going to be, but I'm hoping this just goes up and I'll make 30 cents and wipe out my loss and make some money. A couple cents. Anyways, um, and then so I said a summary of this whole instance. So I wasn't focused. I was already frustrated. I knew I wouldn't be able to properly manage my risk on a given on its risk, manage my risk on it given the range. Oh my gosh. I didn't predefine my stop. I was hoping to get lucky and not have it go against me, since I knew if it did, it would be a bigger loser even if I cut it relatively quickly. It was an Israeli company. I traded the backside of the move after a huge red shooting star. I didn't check the news, and I was only supposed to take one trade for the day, which I had already gone red on. So that's it. I just didn't really follow my rules. I kind of entered the trade disoriented. So, it is what it is. Just a learning lesson. And I'm happy it's with smaller size, so the loss isn't intolerable. But with that, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.